Join me as I challenge myself to boost my brain power using some critical thinking strategies I've never tried before. Critical thinking. It's a topic that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it really mean, and how can it help us boost our brain power and improve our problem-solving skills? Essentially, critical thinking is the ability to objectively analyze information, identify patterns and biases, and make informed decisions based on evidence. It's a skill that can be developed and honed over time with practice and patience, and it's absolutely essential in today's information-overloaded world. When it comes to critical thinking, one of the biggest challenges we face is our own biases and preconceived notions. We've all got them, whether we like to admit it or not, and they can lead us down a path of misinformation and flawed reasoning. Another challenge is the sheer amount of information available to us. It's easier than ever to get caught up in the noise and lose sight of what's truly important. And let's not forget about emotional reasoning. When we let our emotions get the better of us, it's all too easy to jump to conclusions and make rash decisions. And finally, there's the issue of time. We're all busy, and it's tempting to take shortcuts and rely on mental heuristics, rather than taking the time to really think things through. Our brains are wired to take shortcuts, and that can often lead to lazy thinking. We need to be aware of these biases and actively work to overcome them if we want to think more critically. This means taking a step back, slowing down, and really examining the information in front of us. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. So how can we overcome these challenges and develop our critical thinking skills? That's what we're going to explore in this video. One of the most powerful critical thinking strategies out there is questioning assumptions. When we're presented with information, our default is to accept it at face value. But what if we took the time to really examine those assumptions, to ask ourselves if they're based in reality or if they're just a product of our own biases? Another strategy is analyzing arguments. When someone presents an argument, what are the underlying premises, and do they really hold up to scrutiny? And then there's evaluating evidence. What are the facts, and how do they support or contradict the argument being made? When we take the time to really think critically, we open ourselves up to a whole new world of possibilities. We start to see things from different angles, to consider perspectives we never would have thought of before. It's incredibly empowering, and it can lead to some truly transformative breakthroughs. I've experienced this firsthand, and I want to share that story with you. I remember when I was working on a project and I was stuck. I just couldn't seem to find the solution no matter how hard I looked. But then I took a step back, and I started to question my assumptions. I started to really examine the evidence, to analyze the arguments, and suddenly everything clicked into place. It was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders, and I was able to see the solution staring me right in the face. It was an incredible feeling, and it was all thanks to taking the time to think critically. When we apply critical thinking to our everyday lives, we start to make better decisions. We start to see the world in a clearer, more nuanced way. We start to realize that there's always more to the story, that there's always another perspective to consider. And that's incredibly powerful. So, what are some of the key critical thinking strategies we've discussed today? Questioning assumptions, analyzing arguments, and evaluating evidence. These are all powerful tools that can help you boost your brain power and make more informed decisions. Remember, critical thinking is a skill that can be developed over time with practice and patience. So keep working at it, and you'll be amazed at the breakthroughs you can achieve. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've got a favorite critical thinking strategy, be sure to share it with us in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about how to boost your brain power, be sure to check out our Future Skills channel.